It's so important for you to remain a student to this game. It's so important for you to remain humble and really trying to test the waters, but you never need to stop being a student. I'm not saying that you're going to find something brand new every single day, but it's always good to brush up on your skills. It's always good to make sure that you staying on track what it is that you have going on. It's always good to continue to deep dive whenever you, even when you don't want to. Like, that's the times where you really need to deep dive into it the most. Like, it's been a weird month for me, and it's like I have been on the phone more than I have been in the last 2 years. I feel like in this whole month, and I said, yeah, it was getting to a point where it's like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to listen to my books. I don't need to listen to that many podcasts and stuff like that. And that might be true to a certain extent, but I had started to feel weird. I had started to feel like I'm missing something, and it's crazy because this week was the week that I told my friends and I told my sisters like I'm about to get back in that mode. I'm about to lock back in. So don't charge it to the game. Don't even charge it to my heart at how I'm about to move again. And, they all understand because they know what type of time I'm on. Like I told them, this is we trying to get out the hood, baby. So it's just it is what it is, and it seems so crazy because this week in particular, I've heard so many stories and so many just some traders vlogs and some pieces of some books where it's like I've heard this saying a million times, but something about how I heard it today, this in particular, how I heard something today where a man was talking about how at the end of the day, his win rate is like 50%. And he was like, the thing that's been literally getting me ahead of the game is the fact that whenever I win big, and when I lose small. And it's like every time I win, my wins cover everything astronomically. And it's like, duh, of course I know that, but it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's just the way that he said it today or the context of how he said it. It hit me so differently, and I'm just like, wow, it is what it is. Taking those baby steps, taking those wins whenever they come, making sure I'm cutting my losses, how I'm cutting them, not getting too greedy. And that's why I said, like, I feel like low key that was one of the reasons why I stopped myself from even moving my stop loss. First of all, it's not a part. It's a big no in my rules to not move it. But it's like, what is the point that I'm gonna get if I sit there and move that stop loss and then be mad at myself because nothing came from it? Like I took an unnecessary bigger loss, and I don't need to do that. I need to keep my losses where they are. So if I lose, if I lose two trades, one trade is going to make them both back plus a little bit more. And it's like I said, duh, of course, that's one of the main factors whenever it comes to trading. But I don't know. It's just something that I don't know. I can't explain it to y'all. It's like how he said it or the context of how he was even getting to the story that he was telling. It just made a light bulb go off. Like, yeah, stay on what I'm doing. Y'all know I've been trading with one contract on a freaking micro, and it's like I'm just so in awe of me just sticking to my 100 tick move, 100 tick 50 tick stop loss, and leaving it how it is, like not trying to do too much, and it's just been working out. And yes, like I said, it sucks because on a regular that'd be a $1,000 trade or $2,000 trade, but I'm not on that type time right now, and it gets a little frustrating. But it's like I know the skill set is there, but I have to build back from scratch. And I know that's one of the things that's been irritating me lately, but it's like it is what it is. I said it irritates me, but I'm not that mad. Like I'm glad that I'm moving how I'm supposed to be moving because right now that's what I need to be doing. Yeah, so just like I said, just always remain a student because you never know what little piece of information. And like I said, it could be something as simple as make sure you set your stop loss and your take profit. Like it could be something as simple as that. And of course, you know to do that. Of course, you're supposed to do that. But it's like maybe whenever you hear it for the 10,000th time, 10,000 and first time, it finally is like, yo, no, I really need to stop not setting that. I need to have that set before I even push that button. You just never know what is going to open your eyes whenever it comes to just remaining a student and remaining humble, and just never getting too cocky for yourself. And don't get me wrong, like I know it's some traders out there, I know it's people out there that's like feel untouchable or feel like, they're at the top of the world. But I guarantee you, some way, some point, they either join some kind of mentorship or have some kind of coach, or just always trying to take it to the next level. Just because you get bigger doesn't mean that you stop doing the stuff to help you get to where you got to. You know what I'm saying? So that's really all I got for y'all, man. I know I couldn't leave tonight without saying that, and I could have threw it in the last video, but it deserved a whole separate video for itself. So don't feel bad that you have to start slow and build it brick by brick. This, it is what it is. Make sure that you are managing your risk to a T, because that is the one thing that is going to make your trading more than astronomical. Because I tell you, I promise y'all, like, it does not take long to learn how to trade. It doesn't take long to learn how to read a chart. Like, you can understand and diagnose and chew up and spit out a chart within 3 to 6 months, if that takes that long. But it's this part that will eat you up. And it's like, you just got to stick with it, man. And then when you see your opportunities come, you just got to take them. Like I said, I lost my trade today. Even I lost my trade yesterday. But it's like the way that the risk was so managed. Let me see, because I know I took a loss yesterday. Wrong way. Yeah, I took a loss yesterday. And it's like, I'm just so glad that I'm continuing following my rules. Like, I won one trade. What is this? What is today? I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades this week, and I have won 1, 2. I have won 2, lost 2. No, lost 3, because today was my third one that I lost. And it's like, even with that being said, I'm pretty much almost break even for this week, because I did take those 2 wins and they was double whatever I lost. But you see what I'm saying? You have to be able to do those kind of things to help you. You got to get yourself a leg up. So it is what it is. I'm not even mad. Like I was telling my trading buddy earlier today, I'm not even mad about what's going on with my account. I'm just so proud of myself at the fact that I'm following my rules, because y'all, it's like I tell y'all, it's so easy. It's so easy to take yourself out of the game because you're not following your rules, because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that sucks. That truly sucks. But it's like I said, you got to make sure you remain a student, baby. Make sure that you're doing your back testing, even though you feel like you don't need the back test. Okay, I get that you don't feel like it, but it's still work that needs to be done. It's something that has to get done, even though you don't want to do it. Just like I was telling you on the last video, you have to do the stuff that you don't want to do. So, like I said, that is what it is. And I realized at the end of that last video, my baby left a Valentine's Day stick on my forehead, and I said, oh, let me take that off for this one. But, rambling. So, whatever. Troop, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I appreciate y'all kicking it with the kid. I'm very grateful for y'all. I really do, truly do adore y'all and love y'all. Like, locked in, troops. Locked in. So, that's really all I got for y'all. More blessings, less stressing. All licks in 26, baby. Let's get it and let's get to it. Remain a student. Remain humble and do what you need to do until it's time for you.